Happy Tuesday, everybody. I just thought I'd get on and sum up something that is very close to my heart, and I think that it should be shared. I want to talk about marriage. You know, in these days, people don't take the vows that they say to each other very serious. The reason I say that is because anytime you take the vows to love somebody, to honor somebody, to cherish them, to be with them through sickness and health, even to the end of that person's life, right? And some of the simplest things, such as the person may lose their job, or they may fall with some type of illness, or whatever the case may be. Divorce should never be the option. And the reason I say that is because even when there is trouble in your marriage, right? If that marriage is not perfect, right? Because there is no perfect people. Let's be clear here. There is no perfect people. We all have a lot of work to keep ourselves in somewhat well put together. It's two people coming together trying to learn how to love each other and to mesh, bringing two different families together and learn how to co-labor or co-mingle, or just to be able to understand each other, right? And then if the person comes into your life and you got children, right? These are some things you have to take into consideration when you are marrying someone that you are deciding to spend the rest of your life with. And you can't use some of the most simplistic things to exit a marriage, such as, oh, he wasn't there for me emotionally. Well, my question, you knew that before you went down the aisle. Those are questions that you should have asked. Those are things you should have observed. Those are things that you should have acknowledged before that I do. Because once you say I do to someone and you marry them, there's a lot involved there. And it's not something that a lot of people can deal with emotionally after someone comes in and in your mind, this is us for the rest of our lives. But I gotta say something, because it is becoming very horrible hearing all of these divorces that are happening, and some of them are senseless. And to me, if you don't know why you're marrying the individual, why are you going down the aisle? If you see a red light before you say I do, why are you going down the aisle? If you are someone that don't want to deal with blended families, then why are you going down the aisle? If you know that he has some habits that you don't like, why are you going down the aisle? If she has some habits that you don't like, these are things that you have to take into consideration when you are deciding to get married to someone. Because to come in and destroy a person's life because, okay, all of a sudden you woke up one day and just said, I can't do this anymore. How selfish. How selfish of an individual can you be? Because these are things that you should have brought into consideration before you lied, because that becomes a lie. When you say, I'm going to love you till we part, why would you lie to someone like that? Do you know that some people, once they get married, they take it for the rest of their life, is that this is my love and this is a companion. No matter what we go through, we're going to be here for each other. Whether we have all the money or we have no money. Whether we're trying to build a house or we're just trying to figure it out. I'm concerned because right here on TikTok, there is a young woman that have destroyed 2 lives and 2 homes because of, number one, that father thing with women is very important. A man cannot show you how to really feel love. The first man to show you love is your father. And if you don't have one, then you're missing a piece of the puzzle. And you cannot fully blame a man for the absence of you feeling true love. True love starts when you come into this world and your father puts you in his arm and he hold you near. That is the first love that you feel. If you don't feel that love, then don't come into this marriage under these wanting to force your husband to love places in your life that is voided because of your father being missing. And that's number one key why a lot of women today are hurting. Because if you didn't have a father, that component of your father being there to show you what true love is, to take you on those father-daughter dates, to tell you what to expect from a man, and if he ain't doing this, then that ain't true love. If your father didn't walk you down the aisle, and your brother did, or maybe your uncle did, there's a difference between them and your father. Let me help you. And then if your mother didn't show you what the life of a wife was, then that's another problem. If you didn't see a 2-parent home, that is a problem. You got to look at these things because these things right here affect the way you truly love somebody. And it affects how you, at one point in your life, decide to take a major step. See, marriage ain't easy. Let me help somebody here. Marriage is not a cakewalk in the park. Everything is not going to be perfect. It's a work. It's a job. You got to work at your marriage to make it to be the kind of marriage you want. You just can't so easily throw in the towel and give up just because. I know. I've been married 35 years to one man. And have we had peaches and cream? No. But I made a commitment to love him for the rest of my life, no matter what. And if loving him is wrong, then I don't want to be right. Because I don't want to start all over. Okay, we divorced, then I got to start all over with somebody else trying to figure them out. No. It's a to death do me part with him. Because that's who I vow before God that I'm going to love for the rest of my life. And I made that decision on my own, by myself. No matter what comes, no matter what happens, I'm going to stand right here. And I'm going to be faithful. And I'm going to trust the process. Because that is a covenant between he and I before God. And that's what you all need to know here. Is marriage is a covenant between you, that individual, and God. And marriage is all that God accepts. Any other relationship, he doesn't acknowledge. I just want to let you know that today. I love you. Thought I would get on and just share a little bit so that maybe somebody that is consciously thinking about divorce and you possibly can work this thing out, I would say go and seek counseling, get it together. Because it doesn't mean the next relationship is going to be super duper perfect, because there is no perfect people. Have a great day.